Hello, I'm Stan and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you some of the challenges I've been facing with my Sony A7IV camera and ask for you, if you are one of these A7IV camera owners, share your experience within the comments. Towards the end of the video, I like to share something more personal in terms of my experience with YouTube and details about this channel, and I wanted to ask you to share your opinion on what do you think I should do next. If you are here just because you're curious and wanted to find out what are the challenges I've been going through with my Sony A7IV, this is great, you're more than welcome. Then the first part of the video would be what is relevant for you. If you are here because you want to support this channel and you like to hear what is my kind request to you, then please stick with me until the end of the video. If you watch my videos to date, probably you've already learned they're tailored towards the educational component and focused on the Sony Alpha series, and in particular on the Sony A7IV. You might be wondering why I haven't created a dedicated video to share what is my review and impressions in depth about the Sony A7IV. The reason I haven't yet created a review in regards to A7IV is because I like to share my feedback and my opinion about a product once I have thoroughly tested it, once I have given it proper attention, and also I like to do that after 6 months I purchased the product, in order to allow the hype of that new toy to fade down and I to be fully able to make an educative and objective review about that product. Having said that, there are two challenges I'm facing at the moment and I'm working with Sony support on. And there are two major challenges I'm having. Focus inconsistency when it comes to eye autofocus, particularly if you use a wide aperture where the tolerances and error for focusings are very small. Therefore, the accuracy of autofocus is very important. What I found in my test in stills, in video works absolutely fine, but what I found in stills, so anytime I'm taking a photo with a lens that has wide aperture, the focus consistency on A7IV with the first iteration of the firmware, which is 1.0.0, the one that camera was manufactured and shipped with, that, at least as of today, gives me around 50 to 60% accuracy on the eye. I've tried with different lenses, I've tried with Sony lenses, with third-party lenses, I've tried with Sony GM lenses. All of them have the same issues. The issue is consistent and reproducible with all the lenses I have. That leads me to believe there is an issue with the A7IV. I never had this issue with its predecessor, Sony A7 III. And for me, this is a major drawback. A camera that's released in 2021, which is 4 years later than the A7 III, which was released in 2017, and that cost you £2,500. For me, 50 to 60% accuracy on the eye autofocus is not enough, and even more, it's unacceptable for me to be able to take any professional work with the A7IV in terms of weddings and portraits. Now, doing some investigation and research over the internet, it seems like I'm not the only user that experiences the same issue in regards to eye autofocus on inconsistency on A7IV. Therefore, I would assume, as we speak, the Sony R&D team are working hard to find a resolution, and hopefully this is just a software issue that can be corrected in the next Sony firmware release for the A7IV. The second major issue, which I would really love to hear from you, is in my tests I noticed a huge degradation in image quality every time I'm using the portrait mode. In exact the same conditions, in the same aperture, same lighting, same subject, same lens, same ISO, but now used in portrait mode rather than landscape mode, the image quality in portrait mode of the A7IV suffers huge degradation. I cannot tell you what is causing that. So it might be the in-body image stabilization, or it might be the new features added in terms of focus breathing compensation that were introduced with A7IV, and it might be that the developers have done their tests and have covered the area in landscape. In landscape mode, the image quality is acceptable. As soon as I try portraits in portrait mode, in exactly the same conditions, my images suffer huge image quality degradation. I'd like to hear from you if you are the owner of an A7 IV. In the comments, if your A7 IV shows the same issue in portrait mode in terms of the image quality versus the landscape in the same conditions. I've tried that with multiple lenses. Again, it has nothing to do with the lenses. All seems to be portrait mode versus landscape. Now, my A7 IV is sent back to Sony. As of now, I'm still to hear back from Sony. As soon as I'll hear anything back and I'll get my camera back, I'll update you all on the progress. Moving into the final point of today, I wanted to share a few personal things and also make a kind request to share your opinion on what I should do in the future. If you like those videos and you find them informative, you probably already noticed that I've kindly asked you to subscribe. Just to share some insights from my YouTube channel statistics. 10 days ago, I've reached 30,000 views on my YouTube channel. Out of these 30,000 views, there are only 268 subscribers, which if you look at the bigger picture, it only makes it less than 1% that have viewed have also subscribed. You might or might not be aware, but at this moment, at this small size of 268 subscribers, I'm still to get any return of investment from the time that I put aside to create the channel and the videos to date. If you have any ideas, I'm seeing all sorts of creative ways that other vloggers are using, such as requests to be treated for a coffee, and they are sharing the link where you can do that, or requests to be patrons and so forth. Others are using sponsors once you reach a considerable size in followers or subscribers. There are various ways. Now, two things I like to kindly ask from you to share in the comments. One would be any improvements or ideas that I should be creating videos on that are of interest to you, or any way you would feel comfortable in supporting the channel. Well, what would be your preferred method that you would be open to use so that you can support the channel? And secondly, can you share what is that you like to see in the next videos, with a preference in regards to you would like shorter videos but not as much depth in the technical coverage, not with such a depth of knowledge coverage in the videos, but with a more often release, let's say something like once a week or once a 2 weeks, or you would prefer a longer video with comprehensive technical coverage on photography topic or videography topic, cameras, optics, electronics, but with a longer cycle release, a video every 4 weeks or a video once a month. Thank you for taking time to share your feedback in the comments. To wrap it up, we talked what are the challenges I'm facing with my A7 IV. First of it was inconsistency for the eye autofocus feature. Second, there is huge image degradation in the output files of the same scene in portrait mode versus landscape. And thirdly, I kindly asked for your feedback and your opinion on two things. What would be a preferred way in which you would feel comfortable to support the channel so that you get more airtime and more videos like the ones I've created on this channel? And the second part of the third point is please share what would be the topics and preference for those videos. How would you find them more useful? Shorter release cycles but not so much in-depth coverage, or you like comprehensive in-depth coverage but with longer release cycles and longer videos as well. See you next time.